Make money, money, make money, money, money. Say.
My name is Damon L. Fordham. I'm an adjunct professor of history at Springfield College, and I'm an author.
How did you get started in doing what you're doing? What motivated you to begin doing the things that you do?
Several things. I had a father who loved to tell fascinating stories, and he loved to talk and I loved to listen. And so, as time went on, I would find a lot of things that he told me about, whether it was growing up through the Depression, being in World War II, or seeing things that involved the Civil Rights Movement. I would find a lot of these things in the classroom and in teachers' conversations later on. And so that just got me interested in this idea of history, but I didn't realize that I could actually make a living from it until I was in college. And my mentor was Dean Willie Harper at the University of South Carolina. I was not making good grades in business management, which was my major at the time, and I would make straight A's in his African American Studies class and tutor students. And so one day he pulled me aside and said, "What's wrong with this picture? Have you figured it out yet?"
Growing up in your neighborhood and things of that sort, did you have many difficulties dealing with the elements around you?
Well, it wasn't in rank poverty, if that's what you mean. It wasn't so much that I had to deal with a lot of the usual type of things that people associate with young African American youth, only on a mild level. But I will say that a lot of people thought it strange that a young black man was into books and into reading a whole lot. And so I had to deal with a lot of negativity from people around me over that. I, quite frankly, was beaten up at school pretty frequently and had to deal with name calling and that sort of thing. And so it's kind of interesting because many years later I would teach GED courses at the Charleston County Detention Center and run into those very same people. A lot of times they would get embarrassed and a lot of times they would be embarrassed when they saw me, and I just sort of let it go, but deep inside you could imagine what I thought.
Dealing with those adversities, what advice would you give to the youth who may be headed on the same path that you're doing, or who want to get involved in what you're doing? Just any advice to them how to deal with those type of situations?
Well, there were a number of things along with the adversity of dealing with negativity from my peers. I also had to deal with a lot of that from adults too. You see, I was also adopted, and so I had to deal with a lot of gossip on that end and a lot of uncertainty of who I was until I found my biological family about 8 years ago. So often I talk to young people who are involved in that situation, letting them know that let them know that there is a reality that you could become successful in spite of those type of circumstances, and to young people who are now being bullied in school and dealing with negativity from their peers and even other adults, I would tell them not to do as the kind of instances you would see at Columbine and Colorado and these school shootings and that type of thing. That's the worst thing you could do. The best thing you can do is understand that you do have a future, and it may take you some time to figure out what you could be successful with in life, but once you do, find individuals who are doing what you want to do and stick with them as mentors, and that is a sure way of being successful.